Okay, let's have a quick talk about Namor in this Wakanda Forever trailer. Hey, what's up, Nerd fam? This is your boy Gashan. I want to welcome you to Enter the Nerd. This will be quick. We're just going to talk about Namor in the Wakanda Forever trailer, okay? So, there's a couple things that I noticed about him. So, on one hand, I noticed, he got the green shorts. He is at least, I recognize that is Namor, right? He's not completely unrecognizable like Bloodsport was in Suicide Squad and countless other people who just don't look anything like their comic book counterparts. However, I did see some noticeable differences in his aesthetic, and at first I didn't understand what it was. And then I saw like the headdress that he had on underwater. I even saw some of the scenery, and then I had to actually look it up to see exactly what the influences were. And it turns out that it is like Aztec influence, and I could see that from like the headdress that he had on. And then they're saying that he might not even be from Atlantis, or he's from another place that's based off of like some Aztec lore. I think it's Telocan. I might be saying it wrong, but not really Atlantis. I think, why would they be doing something like that? And then I realized the actor himself is Mexican. Here's the thing, I have no problem with the actor, because if you look at the actual history of like where Atlantis is supposed to take place, like when you see where the actual historical lore or the mythology behind it, because we don't know if it's actually a real place. It was supposed to be somewhere between like Greece and Africa, right? Like if you look it up, it's supposed to be somewhere in the Mediterranean, right? So the actor could still pass for someone that's over there, still could. However, the lore isn't related to Aztec stuff. That's something that they're doing now. So it seems like they're kind of morphing the fictional character around the real actor, which is something they do far too often. And to be honest, why? And I've seen some weird things online, once again, from people who don't actually read the comic. They go, oh man, he was never white or whatever like that. I mean, look at his dad, Leonard Mackenzie, right? He was, his mom is like blue, and his pigmentation comes from his dad. That was one of the things in the story about like the color of his skin, where it comes from, right? But once again, he didn't, in the comics, he did not look like he was Aztec. That's not what was there. So they are purposely changing this and revolving it around the heritage of the actual actor. Why can't we just have actors play the part of the character? Is that a weird thing now? Namor is not a Latino character. There are Latino characters in Marvel and wherever, in comics. There are a lot. I would think if there's some cool mythology and lore for Aztec, like whatever this is coming from, wouldn't this be a great opportunity to create an entirely new character based on mythology that we don't know? That would be fucking excellent. I'd be interested in that. And you could introduce them in the to the mainstream audiences and then insert them into the comic book. That'd be great. But they know what they're doing because they're going to transpose that lore under Namor. So now it's like, we don't have to make a new one. We can just do this and people will just know. But here's the problem. If people were to go and read a comic about Namor, it wouldn't be anything like what they're about to see in the film. So it's a bit disingenuous. And for people who have never read it, I'm looking at them going, oh, this is how it's always been. It has not always been this way. Just read. He's not looked like that. That has not been his lore. And even where they've gotten this stuff, you look back in the 30s, this is not where they got their stuff from. So, once again, I have no problem with the actor playing Namor. Not at all. Because he could pass for it. But at least stick to what's happening with the character from the comic. Why are we morphing it around the actor? Let's have the actor play the character that already exists. Is that a weird? I don't understand why that's a weird concept. Why? Why are we terraforming characters now. And some people be like, oh man, like you're just saying this because you don't want like a Latino. That doesn't make any sense because there are tons of really cool original Latino characters. And this was an opportunity for another one to be created. Instead, they put it under the legacy of another character that already existed that did not have any of these traits. Well, except for, like I said, the green underwear and kind of the hair. Like the hair isn't exactly the same, but whatever. Like, is the head just that's still good looking? Sure. But wouldn't that have been cool for a whole other character that maybe was descended from that place? Wouldn't that have been cool just to come with something brand new? That's just me. Like, it's just not creative to me. It's not creative. It's a shortcut. And it's really, really lazy. And obviously, it's a bit of pandering to the people who don't read it. But obviously, they do buy a lot of tickets. It is what it is. That's really all I have to say about that, because there's a lot of inaccuracies that I see are being said on the internet. But it's like, oh yeah, Namor's always been like this. It's like, no, pick up a book. He has not always been like this. His suits have not looked like that. Yes, he has the green and the wings on his feet. Thank you. But everything else, like the little nose piercing, come on now. We know what we're doing. Enter the nerd.